All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are reading Kingdom 867, the English translation is out. This chapter began with Ohan against, I forgot that dude's name. What was his name? He was so unimportant. Enkai. So, it's the Ohan army against Enkai. Technically, it's not the Ohan army. It's just a group of the left flank from Ohan's main army. The chapter began with the soldier fighting each other, and the Zhao soldier. They're like, damn, they're strong, every single one of them. And you can hear the other soldier encouraging each other, do not falter. We have overwhelming numbers. Break through and crush them. Fight on, fight on. Good. Keep like this in one go. And then you hear Ohan and his soldiers. They go stop their advance south because they're trying to stop Ankai's army from going south. Technically, the Hangao army, and they're breaking through. All of a sudden, the Zhao soldier, they're like an enemy attack because Ohan surprised them. Now the scene changes to Enkai's main headquarters. Report: the first unit is struggling. They're asking for reinforcement. The third unit is also retreating. The central infantry is being broken through. The Mario unit has disappeared. The 7 unit has collapsed. And then Enkai's one of his commanders go, impossible. We have doubled their numbers and we're being pushed back. The enemy's cavalry's movement are sharp. They're constantly moving around, interfering with the infantry's battle. The infantry themselves are strong, in both individual and as a group. We must send our own cavalry to meet them. It's not just cavalry. No, the most troublesome thing is their high morale. And then finally, Enkai goes, silence. There's no need to panic. We will not last. There's no need to panic. Will not last long. Not at all. Their current momentum. And then one of his commanders go, Enkai, Lord Enkai. The Gyoku unit morale is only temporarily high because they entered the fray. This is Enkai speaking. The Gyoku unit's morale is only temporarily high because they have entered the fray. If the numbers were even, it might be a decisive factor, but it won't work against double their numbers. Even if they struggle, if we continue to send in reinforcement, their morale will eventually break. And I have a concern about the front. Huh? The front? We diverted force to this side. So front. We diverted forces to this side, so the battle against the original enemy, Reijoku, will become difficult. So Enkai, he's saying that because the Gyokoho, their main battle was first against Reijuku, and then the Hangul army, Enkai and them showed up out of nowhere. Ohan was forced to turn his left flank against uh Ankai's army. And then he goes, Reijuku is strong. It's a huge mistake to think the Gyakuho can hold him with only half their strength. Before us, the Reijuku army will annihilate the Gyakuho front. Originally, the Gyakuho's battle here. If that happened, that army will come crushing into this place as well. So Enkai is saying that once Reijuku, because he's strong, once he crushed the front, the Gyokuho's front, which who is being commanded by Kanjuro. Once he crushed them, he could bring that his army against Ohan's army or Ohan's left flank, and he'll be able to crush the whole army because they'll be able to crush the whole Gyokuho army because they are already superior in numbers. And then he goes, they're checkmate. And you could see a scene of Ohan. He's fighting desperately. The scene changes to Gyokuho's central army versus Reijuku's army. Kanjuro, he's kind of in a daze, and he gets a report. The Ro unit is annihilated. The Tarin unit's flag has also disappeared. Oh, Fafu unit. Cool, the Fafu unit is barely holding on. Sent the Zetsu unit. The Zetsu unit is already at half strength. And then Kanjuro goes, "Oh, damn it. I told you, didn't I? We're not an opponent. They're not an opponent we can beat by splitting our force." The Aken army on the right is also they're being pushed back. The Aken army on the right also struggling. I can't even see right flank. What is it? What? An infantry battalion is being crushed? What? Ridiculous. Silence. When? So he's going to report that one of their infantry battalion is being crushed. And then he goes, Kanjo goes, if the battalion is split apart, we won't be able to move. Turn chest towel. It's the enemy's main forces. We won't make it in time. So the the Kanjo center army that is being pushed back, they're being pushed back by Reijuku's main force. They're being crushed by Reijuku's main force. And then Kanjo, he's like, don't let that happen. They're in an arrow position. Reijuku's his force, they're in an arrow position and they're crushing one of Kanjo's battalion. And then Kanjo goes, send reinforcement, defend it at all costs. If the battalion is split apart, we won't be able to move. Make it in time. The scene changes to Reijuku, and he goes, General, the Tenji unit will split the enemy center. Go ahead. It's over then. And you see the Zhao soldier, they're just killing the Quinn army, or technically the Gyalko army. And the Zhao, they're screaming, they're cheering, trample them all and widen the breach. If we completely divide them, the tactic that they can take will be half. And with that, their strength will be less than half. The scene changes back to Kandro, and he's kind of in shock. He goes, oh, and he gets report, oh, Lord Kandro, the center has been split. It's being widened rapidly. We can't stop them. And then Kanjo, he goes, sorry, young lord, I didn't think we'll be checkmate this quickly. Part of it is that the Reijoku army is better at war than I imagined. But as expected, without the young lord, the true worth of the Gyokuho cannot be demonstrated. It is it is my lack of ability. And you can hear the other soldiers saying, sorry, Kanjo, Gyoku, and in the background you hear this rumbling. Kanjuro, he noticed that. But Reijuku, he also noticed that. And then Reijuku goes, what's that rumbling? And then he looks to the distance and he goes, that's it. And in the distance is another army. The whole Queen Injao army, they're kind of dazed and they're staring at the another army that's rushing towards them. And it's a Queen flag. Shit, what? It's the Queen army from behind, a reinforcement, and then the Zhao's they goes enemy attack, new troop are coming. They're coming to where? We're split. Prepare. This is bad. Hurry. And for the uh Gyokuho army. They're like, but who on earth reinforcement? Whose army is it? And Kanjuro, he goes, that is Heki, bro. It's Heki, bro's army. But the Zhao and some of the Quinn, they're like, who is that? Especially the Gyoko army. They're like, who is that? Kanjuro, impossible. The Heki army is, aren't they Heki? That's Kanjuro thinking to himself. And of describe there's a little scene describing what's going on. On the first day, the Olsen army's reinforcements should have gone south. Do you before O Lord army? So why are they here now? So now Olsen, the Olsen army, they're south of the Gyokuho army. The Heki army, they're basically in between both of them. Now the Heki army was supposed to go reinforce the Olsen army. That is what Kanjuro was thinking. And he's like, why are they here now? Ah, it seems like it went well, Lord Heki. This surprise attack. And that's what Heki's saying. And then there's a flashback to a general meeting 3 days before the battle. One of Heki's in the tent with some of his strategists, and one of his messenger comes in, and Heki's like, "What is it?" And then the messenger go, "Oh, from the Gyokoho, a messenger from the Gyokoho." And then the messenger go, "Hey, no, it's General Ohan himself is here." And then you see Ohan and some of his commander walking up to the tent where Heki is at. And then Heki and them, they all come out. They're looking at him. They're like, "It's the real thing. That Ohan came here himself before the battle." And then Ohan, he goes up to Heki, and Heki goes, "Oh, Ohan, oh, Ohan, General, what business bring you to our headquarters?" Ohan, he's just looking at Heki, and Heki's thinking to himself, coming here yourself and then being silent, scary. And then, I mean, Heki, he's still thinking to himself, come to think of it, I hardly ever spoken to Ohan. I hear he's the same age, about the same as Shin, but he's completely different from Shin. Ohan, he's staring Heki down. And Heki, he's still thinking to himself, why are you looking at me with such cold eyes? And I feel like I'm being looked down upon, as expected of the son of General Olsen. Finally, finally, Ohan, he speaks up. He goes, sorry to interrupt your military council. I came because I have an important decision for General Hekai's army. What did you really come here for? And then Heki goes, important discussion? And then Ohan goes, important discussion. I want to entrust the fate of the Gyoko to the Heki army. Now, everybody was kind of shocked. And then Ohan continued, victory in this great battle depend on whether our Gyoko can stop the Zhao Northern army at Jigen and Hangao. But the Gyoko alone cannot stop both the enemy in front and the Northern army coming from the left. We must target the enemy general in front, Reijuku. Because Ohan goes, this battle, we must target the enemy general in front. And Heki, he just kind of shocked, agreeing. And then finally, Ohan goes, we need to strike him down. I want your army to feign a move towards Olsen's army and then make a sharp turn in the forest and head for the Gyokoho's battlefield. I want you to reinforce the Gyokuho's central army, which will likely be struggling. And then, if you do that, the Gyokuho can stop the Northern army and we can foil Riboku's plan. Heki, he's shot. So Ohan, he's saying, because Heki, he's in between Osen and Ohan, and he's supposed to reinforce Osen's army. Ohan want him to fake going down south, but instead hide behind the forest and climb back up to reinforce Ohan's army. And Heki, he's kind of shocked because also Ohan was like, if you attack, help us reinforce the center army against Reijuku, I will stop the northern army. And Heki, he goes, you want me to take down the enemy general? And then Ohan goes, after that, I want you to take down the enemy's general Reijuku. And then Heki go, you want me to take down the enemy general? It's you. It's you, general to enemy's general. Please, with General Heki's strength in this critical northern battle, I want you to lead us to victory. So, so Ohan, he's basically kissing Heki's ass and telling Heki that he needs Heki to come and reinforce them and to kill the the Reijuku, the Zhao general Reijuku. And he's basically telling Heki that with Heki's strength, the northern battle is critical, is crucial, and he want Heki to lead them to victory. And now Heki, he's all hype up. He goes, patch up the Gyoko. Now it flashes to the present. And Heki goes, patch up the Gyoku's wound. We have surely struck the enemy's weak point. Strike the main camp of the enemy's general Reijuku. We will break through just like this and go in one go. And Heki's army, they're all high in morale, they're cheering. Oh, the scene changes to Reijuku. Reijuku Higo sent out the Shensha, crushed them from the front. Laughable. It's merely 10,000 reinforcement. I feel no great sharpness from them. So Reijuku saying, sent out Shensha, which is probably another 1,000 man commander or something. And he tells them to crush their front. He's saying he's not scared of Heki, bro. There's only 10,000 reinforcement. So Heki's army is only 10,000. And he feels like they're weak. Now the Heki army is putting in some work, but then the Zhao they kind of counter them, and Heki he goes. Well, Heki's message, his commander in his group of soldiers goes, "Lord Heki, it's an endurance force. It's a new enemy from the front. Could it be the enemy's main body?" And then Heki he screamed, "Hey, do not flinch! Hey, do not flinch! We had trained intensively for tactic against powerful enemy." Now the scene changes back to another flashback. How's it they're gonna have to change it back to flashback and then present and then flashback and then present? You should have just done both flashback at the same time. Now it flashback to Ohan talking to Akin. Akin, he goes, that's right. That's right. Here is that's right. Akin. 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 The one to slay Reijuku is you. So Ohan, he's telling Akaken that the one to slay Reijuku is you. And I'm guessing Akaken was supposed to wait until Heki comes in to disrupt Reijuku and then he'll come in to kill him. And then it changes back to the present. Aken, he's writing in. He goes, the honors the rear, make a large swing to the left and take the rear of Reijuku's main army. Know that if you fail, the Gyoku Ho will be annihilated in a chapter. So Aken, he comes in saying that they gotta attack the rear of Reijuku's army because that's the weak spot. And if they fail, the Gyoku Ho will be annihilated in a chapter. I'm thinking they might be able to succeed, okay? Because this Aken boy, he's crazy. I feel like Heki was a diversion. Okay, so in the Central Army, Kanjuro is in command. He's facing off against Reijuku. Heki, Reijuku's main force came and tried to split the center army. From there, Heki, he surprised them and attacked one side of the main force. And that basically disrupt Reijuku's, his army. And from then, that's when Ackland comes in for another surprise attack on Reijuku's rear, which will be the one where he will be able to kill Reijuku. But, but I feel like Heki will get the kill. You know, because they was talking shit about Heki, saying that he's weak and they don't feel any pressure from him. Akila is gonna come and put pressure to the right, to the left, to the rear, and Reijuku's gonna have to push out on one of those sides. And one side that he eventually push out, he's gonna meet Heki, and they will actually fight, and Heki's gonna kill him. Watch, I'm calling it now. Not right. I'll see you guys in 868. Not right.